You're not on the field, court, or ice. You are on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it make them mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Good evening. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Coaching from the Couch, live from the WBGR Sports Network studios. I am your host, CWall. Thank you so much for joining. Yes. I get so excited, and I'm probably especially excited right now because the Caps are playing. Oh gosh, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we get started, I got a couple of things I got to do. I got to shout out my team that's in the room. Sabrina's here, Durbin is here, and Joy is here. So shout out to them. And if you are joining online, make sure you are sharing this show with your DMV sports loving family and friends. You can watch the show at any time, but we love your live commentary. So make sure you are tuned in and you are watching with all of your loved ones. So let's get it started in the words of MC Hammer. Let's get it started. So first, I know you thought I was going to jump into the Caps. Not yet. Want to shout out the Washington Nationals as they won today's game against the San Francisco Giants. Super excited because, and listen, it's all good. When I come on here and I panic, and I'm in here looking very sad and down and depressed and in the dumps about my team, it's okay. Okay? I had several people always trying to talk me off the ledge. And for those of you who have tried to talk me off the ledge with the Nets, good job. Shout out to Mike Smith, Ron Blackwell. See, I don't mind shouting people out. I'm going to always shout you out when you know what you're talking about. So, the Nets have been doing well. They've been doing much better. Looks like their bats have been working. Anthony Rendon is doing exactly what he's supposed to do and then some. So it's been a good thing. Today, definitely want to shout out, and I have to give a shout out to my guy Brian Bradford for letting me know that Patrick Corbin of the Washington Nationals completely killed it today. He had an excellent game. Shout out to the whole entire team. But Corbin did exactly what the Nats brought him to do. 6-year deal, worth $140 million. So, and combined with Scherzer and Strasburg. So that's exactly what he was supposed to be doing. And he's doing it. And today was an example of that. Great job. Kudos to you all. Just very excited. And all the fans that were there. Shout out to you all too. Because it was definitely all the way popping outside. It was a great atmosphere. Now I'm going to jump to the Caps. I don't know what that hand clap, snap, and point was. But as you can see, I'm very excited because, listen, the Caps are still in this thing. Before we get into the Caps, let me shout out Tom Wilson. Y'all know I get on here and I talk about Tom. I love Tom. I do. Doesn't everybody love Tom? Here's another reason why. If you didn't love Tom before, you should probably love him now. Here's why we're going to celebrate Tom in this moment. And hopefully Tom isn't messing up in the game right now while I'm talking all good about him. Every team has to nominate one player for the King Clancy Memorial Trophy Award, and the Capitals have nominated Tom Wilson. This award is for the player who best exemplifies leadership qualities on and off the ice and has made a noteworthy humanitarian contribution in his community. This is one of the reasons why Tom Wilson is a fan favorite, because not only does he go completely hard for his teammates and for the Washington Capitals, he's also out here in the community doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing from a give back perspective, specifically. And because I'm big on this. I'm big on that community aspect and shouting out these players when not just when they're doing awesome on the ice or on the field or on the court, and when they're also being active, positive contributors to our community. So in detail, here's what this award entails. You must give a clear and measurable positive impact on the community, investment of time and resources, commitment to a particular cause or community, commitment to the league's community initiatives, creativity of programming, and the use of influence and engagement of others. So, Tom Wilson, congratulations on your nomination for this great award. Of course, we always hope that you win, but the fact that you've been nominated is just a statement of who you are as a gentleman in itself. So, congratulations to you, sir. And I hope you win, and I feel as though you deserve it. But everyone who's nominated deserves it. It's absolutely tremendous. So, now to the game. Whew. All right. So right now they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes, and all I can do is hope for the best. And here's why. So really quick, and we got this information from Caps PR. This is game 4 down in Raleigh, North Carolina, of the Carolina Hurricanes versus the defending Stanley Cup champions, our Washington Capitals, going down right now. So here's just some notes that we got from Caps PR that I want to share with everyone. So Caps captain Alex Ovechkin leads the team with 52 career points and 49 career games following a loss during the playoffs. Nicholas Backstrom, 47 points and 48 career games following a loss. Goaltender, Braden Holtby, he had as many saves as he could, but he had a rough night on Monday. I think they all did. Is 20 and 12 in these same games. But since 2014 and 15 season, the Caps are 13 and 11 in immediate games following a loss, and 8 and 6 when the loss occurs within the first 3 games of a series. Just shouting all that out to try to see if that helps anybody feel more confident that they might win. Here's the thing about it. Monday night was not good. It was bad. And I understand losses. I understand losing. I mean, you can't win them all. But they got mollywopped on Monday. They gave the Carolina Hurricanes a lot of confidence. And I'm going to be honest, even in the first 2 games, especially the second game, Carolina, they had to go to overtime. And of course, the Caps pulled it out in overtime. But Carolina has been pushing them to the limit. They've been pushing them. And then to lose 5-0 on Monday, I'm nervous. Want the Caps to win because you don't want Carolina to get up hope. I guess they deserve to have hope just like we do, right? But no, we don't want them to have any hope, okay? We don't want them to think for 1 second they got a chance. And if they win tonight, meaning the Carolina Hurricanes, they got a chance. They still always got a chance. But that's going to build them up. Because last Saturday, game 2 was close. So they got to stay in the game. The Hurricanes got them so frazzled early. Everyone was talking about Alex Ovechkin had to lay dude out. He had to lay him down. And he warned him. He said, don't do it. Please don't. And he did it anyway. And so Alex had to, lay him down on that ice. Something told me then the Caps were going to lose that game. I didn't know they were going to lose that bad, but I think that it just, something was off. They seemed to be angry the entire game, very frustrated, just argumentative the entire game, and I think that was the thing. The Hurricanes had them off. And hey, listen, yeah, losses come, but they were off. I hope that embarrassing moment is deep into their spirit, and they don't want that to happen anymore. So, hey, I'm not saying you got to win them all, but you got to win enough to get to the final destination, which is the Stanley Cup. Also have to talk about this. Some of the biggest enemies, if you will, of the Caps are now out of the playoffs. Okay? The Tampa Bay Lightning, who the Caps faced last year in their conference finals, out. Pittsburgh Penguins got swept. I thought I'd never see that happen. Not with the Penguins, okay? But they, in the first round, swept. They're out. It's almost too good to be true, party people. It's almost too good to be true. And it's making me nervous. It's making me very, very nervous because it almost seems like it's just, like I said, way too good to be true. They need to look out for the Islanders. Coach Barry Trotz, it was the coach last year. I think he's coming for the Caps. He would love nothing more than to play the Caps and beat them. And I wholeheartedly understand why he feels that way. But this is not to be taken lightly because we've seen the top teams who've always been the impressive ones and the ones to beat. We've now seen them lose. So every game is different. You have to treat every game like a new game. You got to play it hard, but don't sleep. It's always, this morning, on the cover of the Washington Post Express. Anybody see the Washington Post Express this morning? Y'all on the train and everything like that on the metro? It's the cover of Ovi, Alex Ovechkin, with, the Penguins and the Lightning, Sidney Crosby, and then one of the top players from the Lightning, it escapes me right now who it was, in the shadows, and there's a clear path to the Stanley Cup. There it is. And the headline says, "Theirs for the taking." Oh, it can happen. But don't get me all excited then I be in here next week crying. Okay? All I'm saying is they can win this thing again. Okay? They're looking. Come on. I believe in y'all. Now, and I don't know. Somebody will have to update me on what the game is doing right now. I don't want to look because then I'll be all crazy and upset. So, look. We're going to move on to the Redskins. And I always back up. It could just be anything, Got to get myself right in the chair when I talk about the Washington Redskins. So, the NFL schedule came out yesterday. What I'm going to do, of course, with you all online. Hey, everybody who has joined, and share with your family and friends. Make sure you are sharing with everyone. And make sure you are following CWall Sports and Entertainment on Facebook and CWall Sports on Instagram and CWall SE on Twitter. We are getting ready to go through a layout of the schedule, right? Before we do that, and everybody get your creative juices flowing before I start going through each one of these games, okay? Start really digging deep inside. Now, because here's the thing. Nobody knows what's going to happen next season. Who knows? I don't know. It's not even, no one knows. The teams aren't even, the rosters and the guys who are here right now will may not be here next, in come preseason or not. Of course, not after come preseason, come week 1. So this is all for the hit at the emotional strings to get to your heart. But you still have something to base on if you're familiar with those other team organizations. So we can still talk about it, and it's a lot of fun to talk about to me. Before we go on, let me also say Matt Ioannidis got his deal. 3 years. I think it's $21.75 million that he's getting. He deserves it. It's a good deal for both sides. Matt Ioannidis, he's done everything he's been asked to do and then some. He's been playing extraordinary. Cannot wait to see what will come out of that defensive line. I'm looking for more from them this coming season, and I believe that we'll get it for sure. Looking very solid. Also have to mention Redskins cornerback Josh Norman and all the work that he's doing on the U.S.-Mexico border, buying and distributing supplies for asylum seekers waiting to enter into the country. So if you are following him on Instagram, it's all up in his Insta stories. They are posting all the time all the great and wonderful things they're doing and distributing and giving away different items for adults and children over on the U.S.-Mexico border. So shout out to him for everything that he is doing and doing his part in making an impact. He also was very instrumental over the off season in going to Flint, Michigan and dealing with the water crisis. These things are still going on, folks. Mm-hmm. So, I like to shout out the different players that are doing stuff and doing great things and making sure that some progress is being made. Schedule time. All right. And I'm looking because, all right, let's just get right to it. Week 1, Redskins at the Eagles. Opens this up on the road again. Last year they opened up on the road, week 1. They were in Arizona. And the good thing is it's not a primetime game, thank the Lord. Because we know they don't do well in primetime games at all. But that's not, let me tell you something. We're going to go through week 1. Here's the thing. I can't even get my thoughts together. Here's the thing. If you all haven't seen the schedule yet, we're going to go right to it, right? The first 2 weeks are division games. Eagles, week 1. Week 2, Cowboys. As far as I'm concerned, must win. That's all I got to say. And I'm leaving. It's like, no, let me stop. No. You know what I mean? Like, what's that, Derek? Yeah. Everybody. Seriously. Division games, you cannot go down 0-2 anyway, but not in your division. No. Don't pull that one, please. I don't care who on the team. That needs to be a message, a real one. Like, see, everything is down deep in everybody's soul. You don't want to go down 0-2. Okay? The last time we saw those teams, everybody knows is a debacle. We don't do well against the Eagles. We don't do well up there. Anyway. Cowboys over at FedEx Field. Sure. The Redskins beat the Cowboys last year at FedEx Field. That was great. Came down to, what was that, a missed field goal? And then they, on the Cowboys' behalf. And the Redskins pulled it out. It was a tremendous time. And we had a great time celebrating. But then the Cowboys dogged the Redskins on Thanksgiving Day. So listen, this is just must win. Already week 1, week 2. Then week 3, Chicago Bears. Primetime game at FedEx Field. That's a big deal to me. Because the Chicago Bears look very good. Again, we're basing things on last season. And I want to say I read somewhere where Chicago's defense doesn't allow any more than 18 points. And Khalil Mack, it's still with so many questions right now on the offense. Playing the Bears defense is just frightening. Let's just be honest about it. It's not like it's a great look. Led by Khalil Mack, who could potentially sack everybody at the same time every single snap. And it's nobody, absolutely not a soul on the Redskins offense that's even remotely scary to somebody like a Khalil Mack. You know? So it's crazy. You know, it's just, let's be real about it. Let's be completely real about this. Then we move on to the New York Giants, okay? Who some people would say, oh, that ain't a big deal. Listen, the New York Giants beat the brakes off the Redskins at FedEx Field last time we saw them, okay? Every game should be treated like of great importance. I can't think of the right word to say, but you don't have the Odell Beckham threat, but it's not like, you know, Saquon Barkley still isn't a threat. It's not like Sterling Shepard isn't still a threat. It's not like we can't still lose that game miserably. Then week 5, you got the New England Patriots. I'm gonna just stop right there. First 5 weeks of the season. Now, I've asked folks, what is your opinion? How do you think? Just glancing at the schedule, right? Just glancing right now. Nobody knows, right, what the team is going to look like in the team makeup. What is your initial thought? People are like, I like it. It's cool. You know, then others are kind of like, their first 5 is serious. You got to start strong and you got to finish stronger. We were saying that a lot last season. But you see some teams, they would start out slow and they finish very strong. You saw that a lot last season in other teams. I don't think the Redskins can afford a slow start. I don't. As an organization, I don't think they can afford that. You got 3 division games in the first 5 weeks. You can't afford to start slow at all.
Mike Lowry said we need to use our RB tandem, but with Gruden, that's unlikely.
Right. I mean, yeah. I run it back because we got Adrian Peterson back. We got Darius Geis, prayerfully, he is ready, set, go. We still got Chris Thompson. So there's some dynamic things that they can do. It has to be effective and it has to be utilized, to Mike's point. It has to be utilized. You know, like Sherrod just said here on the chat. I'm able to see this. There are no gimmies on our schedule. Who said there was I know that we always got to have stuff to talk about in the industry, but my goodness, somebody said the Redskins have the easiest schedule of all of the NFL teams. What? I mean, what does that even mean? First of all, let's be clear. No game is easy at the professional level. Can we just get that? Can we just get that? There's no such thing as an easy win or easy game at the professional level. There's games that are must win. There's games that you should win. But just because it's a must win or a should win doesn't mean it was easy. These are professionals, and they
must win game.
Right, and they don't win the must win game. So I don't even know how Redskins and easy and schedule could be in the same sentence. But it was, and now that everybody has seen the schedule, as to Sherrod's point, there are no gimmies. Ain't nobody else looking at it like, oh, this is going to be easy. No, they're going to play you like it's their last game. So that's how it needs to, you know, to be. To Sherrod's another point that he says, hopefully those teams we played early don't hit their stride until later on. Yes. That would be in the Redskins' favor. Because like I was just saying a moment ago, you have some teams where they start out and you're like, oh, they ain't going to be nothing. Then by November, December, they on a roll. You know what I mean? Indianapolis did it even though they came here and pummeled over us. But it started here, but they didn't look good. You were like, oh, please. But that's exactly right. That's really the only hope Other than that, they have to start out strong. They cannot afford a slow start whatsoever. First 5 weeks, tough.
Yeah.
Tough. And here's my other thing. We normally get a bye week right around week 5, week 6, because everybody broke up. Everybody's hurt. Within the first month of the season, most of the team is broke down. The bye week isn't until week 10. Let's keep flowing through this. Week 6, Miami Dolphins. Check in if you would be interested in going on a trip to Miami to see the Redskins take on the Dolphins. Again, that's a game that people will sleep on, but you shouldn't. The Dolphins have beat the Patriots. And every week matters for these every week matters for the Redskins, straight up. Week 7, San Francisco 49ers. That's here. October 20th. What's that? Yeah, Shanahan Jr. We not dealing with little Shanahan. I don't feel like dealing with that.
Hashtag Shanahan Jr.
Shanahan Jr. gonna come in and light it up. We don't have time for this. He's gonna throw the ball downfield all day. We know that. We know that. And it's April. Will the team know that?
That's what I was going to say. We know it. But.
We know it. Week 8. So that's a short week. Okay. Week 7 here. San Francisco 49ers, October 20th. That is a short week. The Redskins go up to Minnesota and go pay their brother Kirk a visit. Their brother Kirkland Cousins. I don't know why we call him Kirkland. Shout out to Bernard Plummer. I don't know if he's watching.
He watching.
But Kirk is. But, is he watching?
He watching.
Oh, okay. Because that is his brother.
That is his man.
So that is a Thursday night. Here we go again. Prime time. Please don't let Kirk light all of that up. Please. Andre White chimed in 2 or 3 at best after the first games.
Andre, that's not nice.
And so we don't. Oh, listen. We gonna keep going through here. But Sherrod, please don't let me forget what Sherrod just said. That's a short week. They got to go see Kirk. Week 9, Buffalo Bills. Okay. Again, I'm not sleeping on none of these people. But okay. Then week 10 is the bye. Don't get a bye until week 10. Can everybody stay healthy till week 10? Can we afford? See, here's the thing. I don't like early season buys. I don't. That's not my preference. However, this team be hurt so much that when they get to the bye, everybody is like, whew, thank God. Because they need some rest. Shout out to the training staff. We need y'all on point, please. Everybody eat what y'all supposed to eat. Keep y'all diet right, y'all nutrition right. Do whatever y'all need to do in the gym and training, because you don't have a break until week 10. And this team has not I don't recall in recent years having a bye that late. The Redskins normally get an early bye. And like I said, they'll get that early bye, and that early bye is normally very necessary for this team because they got health issues. They have injury issues. Injury prone. Week 11, the Jets. Week 12, the Lions. Week 13, Carolina. Week 14, they're up in Lambeau Field with Aaron Rodgers and his Green Bay Packers. Then they're closing out the season kind of similar to how they started with division games. Week 15, exactly. Philly, week 16, the Giants, week 17. Is that the one that's here? No, I think that's in Dallas. Week 17 at Dallas. It says it right in my face, at Dallas. Why did I say that out loud? Okay. So like Dervin just said, these 3 games, be ready for it. Be ready for it. These could potentially be who wins the division type of games. We see that they must start strong. They got it in. They have to. To Sherrod's point, and we're about to close out. We start out on 4 on 5. It might be Black Monday around these parts. They better go for the 3 and 2. Straight up. You better be about 3 and 2. Because after, if Tom Brady and Bill Belichick come up in here and blow everybody out, it ain't going to be nobody in Miami but us. It ain't going to be nobody in here but us. I mean, for real. It's kind of crazy. Listen, we got through the schedule. And there's more to talk about. Next Thursday, the Redskins are partying big time for draft night. Draft night party down at Anthem next Thursday night. I don't know if there's any more tickets left. I heard there wasn't. And they heard they were going to release some more. So I'm not really sure. But go online on Redskins.com to see if there's any more tickets. It's going to be a blast. And nobody knows who the Redskins are drafting. So it's just going to be all kinds of craziness and happiness, I hope, and just everybody being all excited and nervous and all that good stuff. So, at any rate, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. I hope you all have a beautifully blessed rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you guys next week.